What's up, guys? Another video. Surprising, huh? Alright, I just saw this video on YouTube. This guy, Game Reviews. He's a pretty popular YouTuber out there. And, yeah, I mean, he made some, I just wanted to make some points. I mean, I've been talking about Zelda like crazy, because actually I'm playing the game hardcore right now. I'm up to the mid-boss in is it the Earth Temple, right? I think. I can't, because I would have to, the bad thing about the Wii mode is you don't play it after a while, the battery turns off, and you have to, like, recalibrate it, and then it takes a couple of seconds. It's annoying. But, yeah, it's not so bad. But anyways, I'm just not in the mood of doing that right now. But I think it's called the Earth Temple. Anyways, I just wanted to bring up a point, because I have a strong disagreement with Game Reviews. Not that I hate the guy. I mean, he's a Nintendo fan. That's fine. I understand. It's good. He grew up with Nintendo. I respect that. I don't, I mean, I can hear his point. What he's basically saying is what the other guy in the I said in my previous video said, that if having no voice acting with Link, makes you better defined attached with Link, basically. Like, you feel like you're the one who's being Zelda. I mean, you're the one who's Link. Now, here's why I think here's why I think this reason is ridiculous, in my opinion. I think it's really, you can't say that, and I think I couldn't disagree more, in my opinion. I mean, it's not a totally crazy point, but I think it's naive, in my opinion. Because, let me tell you something. Mass Effect 2, in my humble opinion, is not only one of the greatest games of this gen, but it's one of the greatest games of all time. It is. It's one of the most emotional games you'll ever play. You'll feel so attached to these characters. Now, here's the thing. In Zelda, you have no impact of what you have no decision of what is going to happen in the game. Link's going to save Zelda. Link's going to defeat Ganondorf. Ultimately, that's what's going to happen. You have no impact. It's a preset story made by the game developers. You have no impact whatsoever on the story. And in most games, to give credit, that is the case. Besides a few, like Deus Ex, you do actually have the option, because there's 4 people you could save, and there's 4 different endings you could choose depending on who you choose. Now, again, in Zelda, you have no impact in the story. Link's going to react the same way regardless of what you do, regardless of how you feel of Link, or whatever. You know what I mean? Regardless of how you feel of Link, what he did right, what he did wrong, whatever. He's still going to react when he sees Zelda being attacked. He's going to go, he's going to be scared, and he's going, ah! He's still going to do that, regardless of how you think of the character. He says, because this is what Game Reviews says. I think this is absolutely ridiculous. Because I can name my character, that means you could do that in any other game. What's the difference? Every other game, you can do the same exact thing. You can name your character. You could do that in Assassin's Creed. You can do that in any other game. What is he talking about? You know what I mean? Again, Zelda is a preset story. You have no impact. You have no say no matter what's going to happen in the story. You're coming along for the ride, basically. Now, I'm not saying that's bad. I mean, Zelda is one of the best franchises. Is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I adore Zelda. I grew up with it. This series right here is why I'm into gaming right now. I'm telling, yeah, okay, but I really want to see voice acting in Zelda. I couldn't disagree with him more. Again, with Zelda, you have no impact in the story. It's gonna regardless of how you feel of Link, it's gonna be the same story. He's gonna save Zelda, and he's gonna do all that stuff regardless of what you say. It's not gonna change. Now, Mass Effect 2. The reason why I'm comparing it, because Mass Effect 2 has a heavy emphasis on character development, story, and voice acting. Okay? In this game, you could actually fail. Now, let me give you an example. In Zelda, if you die or you do the wrong thing, you have to start again, because that's not what they want you to do. Here, there's one mission where you have to take out a guy, and I screwed up, I'll be honest with you. I screwed up, and you fail, and it's lost. The guy dies. It's not like you have to do the mission again. You don't. You fail. You actually feel, there's actually, in this game, Mass Effect 2, there is a cause and effect. The cause, you didn't save him, he dies. And you actually feel bad, because if you failed, you failed. Okay? Now, in Zelda, you can't say that. If you fail, you fail. Now, I know what you're going to say, oh, you're not playing the Zelda games. I do. Right here. I got my Wii right here. My Wii Motion Plus. So shut up. Kidding. Anyway, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. You actually, and another perfect example, another point, in Mass Effect 2, you actually have a choice. They give you a bunch of choices that you could choose from. You actually have an impact on the story. You have actually a say. They give you an option in the last mission. Those who haven't played Mass Effect 2, please don't watch this video because you have to experience this game by yourself without any spoilers. This game is legendary. It is it stands alone. It's better than any other game I've ever experienced. Maybe Skyrim, maybe Red Dead Redemption comes close. But this is my favorite game of all time. One of my favorite games it is my favorite game this gen, is Mass Effect 2. This game is outstanding. Okay? They actually let you make the decision on the outcome of the game. They let you be the decision maker. Now in Zelda, that doesn't happen. They let you play through their adventure because it's their story that they made up and you don't have any impact whatsoever on the story. Okay? And you feel even less attached because these guys don't talk. They don't have any personalities. You don't see any emotion, rarely. They just make these funny sounds like or or you know, like in Ocarina of Time. It's, you know, Ocarina of Time. Anyway, but you don't feel any emotion with these characters. You don't see how they react. You know what I mean? You don't feel attached. If they would actually have voices, I think it would bring Zelda to life, in my opinion. Having a name for a character doesn't do crap, my friend. You have that in every other game. Okay? What's the big deal? Alright? Again, let me just reiterate this point again. In Zelda, you don't have any impact on the story. You don't. You don't. It's a preset story that they come up with when they develop the game, obviously. Duh. In this game, there is a preset story, but you have control over it. They let you make the impact of the game. I mean, there's so many different endings I've heard from other people. I mean, I'll be honest, you know, there's another thing. The suicide mission, when you have to go through the Omega 4 relay, when you have to take down the collectors, and the main collector base in Mass Effect 2, it actually lets you decide who you are going to choose for the mission. And depending on who you choose, that's who lives. Like, if you choose the wrong person, that person's going to die. In any other game, that person, if he dies, you start over again. In this game, nope, they die, that's it. You actually feel the consequence of your actions. You feel the cause and effect of your reactions. Like in real life, if you screw up, you screw up. If you die, God forbid, heaven forbid anybody, I won't wish that upon any person, God forbid, so please don't misunderstand. You're dead. In this game, it's the same thing. Except for the main character, obviously, because they can't do that. It wouldn't be a point of that. You know what I'm saying? Obviously. But this, I mean, that's what sets Mass Effect 2 above from any other game. There's no game that comes even close to this generation. Okay? So that's why I believe there should be voice acting in Zelda. I really think they don't have to care. I don't think they should have a crazy amount of voice acting like a real RPG, but have a little bit of voice acting. That would be nice. I would like that. And that's why I disagree with him. And I respect his opinion. I can understand why, because it's like it won't feel like Zelda, I guess. I guess that's why he feels that way. And, you know, I don't know. I don't feel any attachment to Zelda. I mean, to Link if he doesn't have voice acting. I feel like if he had some voice acting, you know, if you had control of the reaction of the impact of the game, if they did that, then you would feel the same way. Game reviews, okay? That's the way I feel. Anyways, guys, long video. This is not going to happen ever again. It's Saturday night, so usually it's Sabbath afternoon. I get to sleep a little bit, so I'm not so tired. I'm probably going to go sleep very late tonight, even though, yeah, I'm an idiot moron. I have work tomorrow and actually I work longer than usual, like 5-6 hours tomorrow, so I'm an idiot, right? But, I don't know if Game Reviews is going to watch this, but I couldn't disagree with him more. But that's why we have a democracy and a republic, because there's freedom of speech, and that's great. And I love hearing other people's opinions, but this is why I strongly disagree. I want to see voice acting in Zelda. Alright. And I'm a huge Zelda person. Alright, guys. It's late, so take care.